Hello, friends. It's another Tuesday, and I welcome you to the Mental Catalyst. I am Michael Amankwa. The Mental Catalyst, or TMC, it's a show that seeks to empower everyone to achieve their purpose and full potential on Earth. Once again, welcome. Last 2 weeks' episode was episode 10 of season 4, titled Endurance Week. And basically, I gave a review of the Endurance Week activities, whereby I went to Afajato, the village in Volta region, for 7 days and 6 nights as part of my preparation towards Mount Kilimanjaro, this month. So what we did there, I went there with two other, gentlemen, Clemens Daku and Charles Jokoto, for which I think they appeared on the last two episodes. Okay, the last two episodes. So the 7 days, 6 nights basically afforded us the opportunity to climb Afajato 10 times. And not only did we climb Afajato 10 times, but I think on a Wednesday, we did it twice back to back. And on a Friday, we did it 3 times back to back. And then also, not only did we do the Afajato climb, but we also, made it to a number of the waterfalls, such as Lago Waterfalls and Tizo Waterfall. And we also got to experience a beautiful bamboo paradise and the overflow of this Fajato, the Togo Falls water. Then on the Saturday, we got good friends from Accra also coming by, for which our good friend, the catalyst from the UK, popularly known as Libaba, also came to join us. So, that episode captured some of the lessons learned from it. So today is episode 11 of season 4, titled Why I Have Decided to Hike Mount Kilimanjaro. Why I have decided to hike Mount Kilimanjaro. And why meaning that me, Michael Amankwa, why have I decided to hike Mount Kilimanjaro? Why would I want to do such a thing, right? So today we're going to go into some of the reasons and the genesis of it. So I want to start with two quick stories. This past Saturday is one of the days that I think I'm going to forever cherish and remember, because as TMC, most people who are watching know that we have what we call the TMC Club, the Mental Catalyst Club, for which most members participate in physical activities. And this past Saturday, we actually met at the University of Ghana, Legon campus. We got around 5:30, and then we started our walk and then started jogging. So, people come from different parts of Accra, and then we all participate in. So those who could jog will jog, those who could run will run, those who could walk will walk, those who will do a mixture will do that. Then afterwards, we all get to the Great Hall. I think there's a place called the Great Hall, and then we do some group activities together at that point. So one of our catalysts, she's called Amma. It's somebody that is super dear to me. And Amma is a little bit on the plump side. She's got, she's carried some. She's on the plump side, yeah. And she's had challenges with, her weight and all of that. And then, so for that reason, she's had her own, insecurities and things around, her weight, and obviously, which affects her general health. So she and I got talking, and she was like, Michael, we just finished doing our yearly physicals, and can you believe it? My doctor was like, what have I been doing? There is something that you're doing that you're not telling me, because the results from the checkup was outstanding. And I can't believe that your high blood pressure, your blood pressure is so normal. Your cholesterol level is, it's at the recommended, level. And generally, almost everything about you is checking out right. But prior to that conversation, I think about 6 or 7 of us, did a sprint, which is like a quick dash, for which, Amma was part of it. And Amma was actually running, like jogging along as well. And if you watch the video, which I posted, we're all super proud of her. But having known her for, about 21 months now, or a little bit shorter than that, having known her from where she wasn't too comfortable coming out and participating and all of that, and she being out publicly now and being able to actually sprint and all of that, and being part of her achievement, which is obviously now telling in how she looks, how she, when I look into her eyes, the sparkle, the the joy, the sense of accomplishment, the sense of, I own this, I'm living life on my terms and all of that. For me, it touched me in a way that I don't know how to find the words to explain it. And I was just like, keep doing it. And I know that the end is going to be beautiful. And at the end of the day, you're going to touch so many lives. Now, so that's the first story. Yeah, that's the first story of somebody who just wanted to stay away from everybody else and just, live her life as she felt comfortable. And now she's very comfortable being in public and participating and doing all sorts of things. Oh, and let me add this. She actually completed the 5K Millennium Marathon run, which was about 3 weeks ago. She actually completed with her medal. So this is somebody who wasn't too comfortable about herself, but now she decided to own her life, take charge, and now is able to do what? Complete a 5K, 5 kilometers, marathon. So you can imagine how much work she put in and where she is now. So that's the first story. Then the second story is about a guy called Michael. I think they know him as John Miller. So a couple of years back, and primarily I grew up, having a pretty decent life where my parents took very good care of me. They provided, they gave me everything else. I went to the best schools and I had a very, very good life. So I never really knew hustle. And now when I became an adult, I had to start living on my own and taking care of myself and all of those things. So a couple of years back, a dark cloud, came over me and everything in my life that could go wrong went wrong. So there are days where I wake up in the morning and I regret waking up. I wish I was not around. There are days where I just don't feel like doing anything. Life didn't hold any meaning anymore to me. And even though I knew I was, insanely gifted in terms of, being an entrepreneur, being an innovator and all of that, I didn't care about any of that anymore. I didn't feel like going out. I didn't feel like talking to anybody. And it got to a point where I was beginning to feel like a failure. And it's something I had never felt before. So even though there are days where I can try to, motivate myself, get out there and try and do stuff, but I was not consistent. And I found myself, getting up and falling down, get up and falling down. And I just left my businesses on autopilot. I wasn't interested in being competitive anymore. So it's like a pretty dark period. But what I knew was that was not the end. I knew that I had control over my situation and I had to do something about it. So when I turned 50, which was, I think, maybe March, 2021. Yes, when I turned 50, I reflected upon my life and I said to myself that, okay, if I've lived this way for the past 50, now going forward, if God has given us 70, I have 20 more left. So how would I want to live my 20? So what it meant to me was I needed to figure out how I wanted to spend the rest of my life. So in that process, I realized that I had to redefine what my purpose in life was and what life meant to me. That is the meaning to my life. So I went through the introspection reflections, and then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to spend the rest of my natural life helping other people find their purpose and meaning. Now, these two stories, that is me being blue and down and all of that, and Amos, is the result of why I have decided to hike Mount Kilimanjaro. So how come these two stories are linked, and why am I going to hike Kilimanjaro actually next week? Okay. So after I did my reflections and all of that, I came to a conclusion that, look, I really want to just help others. Okay. So now if you are reading between the lines, am I being able to move from point A to point B is what my purpose and meaning is, which is something that no money can afford. Because that joy, it gives me that satisfaction that, look, I'm being a good human being and I'm contributing to humanity. Okay. Now, so when I got to that point of deciding, concluding on what my purpose and meaning is, I realized that, the best way to do this is to do it with other people. Okay. Which means that I need to involve other people around me and do things together, which led to the formation of the Mental Catalyst Club. And this is a club where we have 4 fundamental pillars or wheels. Okay. We want to make sure that we are physically fit, we are mentally healthy. We are constantly feeding our mind, which is mindset, making sure that, look, we are reading books, for which we read a book a month, and you can decide to read more than that. And we also want to take our spirituality very, very seriously, meaning that every morning you wake up early, you do your morning devotion and stuff like that. Then lastly, you want to be emotionally in tune with yourself, know how you feel, and use emotional intelligence and empathy to deal with people. So this club was founded in 2021, I think in January. which was the birth of the Mental Catalyst Club. Okay. So these 4 pillars is what club members do engage in. So these are the activities they engage in. So when we started the club, obviously we had these 4 pillars. So as part of the fitness, every member had to walk for 5,000 steps a day, which most people were doing 10,000 plus a day. 10,000 plus a day, and then also reading and then doing spirituality and then making sure that they're emotionally tuned with themselves. So whilst we're doing that, then we realized that we need to do some active activities. So I think May 7th, we decided to go to Mount Kilimanjaro. So we went to Kilimanjaro with 50 different people. A good number of them were catalysts. And interesting enough, we were all able to summit. So going through all of that, then I realized that, you know what, why don't we set bigger goals? Why don't we set bigger goals? So, and I was like, okay, as the chief catalyst, I have to lead the way. And to lead the way, I need to set goals that are scary, humongous, and insane. For which I decided that, you know what, I need to hike the tallest mountain in Africa. Then after that, I'll I'll push on to the tallest in Asia, meaning that I'll go after the base camp. Okay. So the title that I gave to this project was The Mountain and Me. And the meaning of mountain in this sense, or the significance of mountain, is this. We all know that mountains are, difficult to climb or hike and all of that. And mountains primarily represent 2 things. They represent challenges, which means that, look, as human beings, we all have challenges. It could be in our relationships, it could be at work, it could be at church, it could be with our kids, it could be anything. Okay, we all have challenges. I don't know any human who does not have challenges. Then the second part is that mountains can also signify opportunities, which could be, look, you want to build a business that can become a unicorn, a business that is touching lives, impacting people, doing social work and all of that. But to climb, and if these goals are humongous and big, they're going to be tough to handle. So if you're able to actually summit a mountain, then clearly you know that you'll be able to achieve whatever goals you have, or be able to overcome whatever challenges you have. So that is the significance of the mountain in this sense. So when we say the mountain in me, it represents whatever challenges one has or what I have. And then the other is whatever opportunities that exist. So when I set that goal, I realized that, I had to prepare for it, because Kilimanjaro is about 5,985 meters. It takes about, depending on the route you use, it could take you 8, 9, 11 days to actually, hike it. So I realized that I had to prepare for it. So even though as a catalyst, one was doing walking daily and all of that, I realized that I had to strategically prepare for it. So I took time off and I put it out there that I was going to do a human start to pediatric. I took a week off, which is like a Monday to a Friday, and I was going to do it 3 times every day, back to back. So I got that done. Then the next one on the list was I was going to do Afajato, the 76 nights, which I got done, which I had spoken about. Then the last one was the marathon, the 21K marathon, which I went and I got that done as well. But because I decided to reinvent myself, and I knew that for me to do that, I had to find something that I was passionate about. And remember, I've never been a physical person in terms of athletics and physical activities and all of that. But I also knew that for me to be physically healthy and all of that, I had to engage in physical activity that made sense, and that, I could also tell the results from easily. Okay. So doing these things, there's a lot that I learned about myself in the process. Because remember, when you're reinventing yourself, you're learning to know who you are. You're trying to figure out, who are you? Okay, asking yourself, who am I? Who am I? And you need to do things that will allow you to know who you are. So going through these activities of walking, you mentioned to pediatric and doing that Fajato and all of that, I learned a lot about patience. I learned a lot about strategy. I learned a lot about how to handle adversity. I learned a lot about, endurance and resilience and all of that. And all of these things, I'm able to use them in different parts of my life, in terms of relationships, if it's in terms of business, if it's in terms of, mentoring, younger people and all of that. So when I set the target for Kilimanjaro, I knew it was going to be tough. But like anything else, you want to start small. So I started off doing the daily walks. Then I moved to, we did longer walks. Then we did what we call the elevation walk, which means that we were climbing, steeper, hills and stuff like that. Then we did the longer resilience walk, which was the immense one. Then we did. But going through all of that process, I was beginning to tell the transformation, because I was beginning to feel smart. I was beginning to look sharp. I was beginning to lose weight. I was beginning to feel, light. You understand? And all of these things I realized that was beginning to give me a reason to now live and be, be what I want to be, to the point where now I can actually achieve the big business goals that I have. In the past, I will concentrate on business and forget about all of those things. But like I've always said, if you want, you can't be doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. You have to change. So by virtue of setting this big goal of going to Kilimanjaro, it allowed me to be able to use a whole 21, month period to get to know who I am. You understand who I am? So if you're listening, you have to be able to set, have your own mountain and me project, set your goals as big and as high as possible, yeah? And not alone, get others along and then go, okay? So having done this, I am I'm in a place where I have never been before. I have peace of mind. I have peace of mind. I have peace of mind. And it's something that is totally priceless, for which now I'm at the point where my new innovation in my business life now, called the Knoxxi Drive and Knoxxi Health, is on fire. It's on fire. But I couldn't have done it if I didn't take time off to fix myself. So if you're listening, no matter how you feel, we all feel stuff. We are just good at how we hide it. Don't hide it. Get out. Get out. Yeah, get out. Connect with nature. Get out with friends. Go swimming. Go playing tennis. Go walk. Just get out. Yeah. And don't forget your 4 hills or pillars. Feed your mind. Yeah. Read constantly, because the more you read, the more knowledge you're going to acquire, the more sharper you're going to be, and the more smarter you're going to be when it comes to being imaginative. Okay. Mix your spirituality. Don't take it for granted. I was in church. I go to Agape Church in East Legon. I was in church on Sunday, which was our 15th anniversary. And oh boy, look, I just felt like I could conquer the world. I could feel the presence of God there. I could just feel him telling me that, boy, I got you, man, you can do it. Yeah. And I actually prayed about Kilimanjaro because I have to submit. Right. So, and then you also want to be in tune with your emotions. A lot of times we burn bridges because we are quick to react. We don't try to understand where other people are coming from. And then we burn bridges and we carry emotional baggage and all of those things. So if you're listening, have your own mountain and me, and know that, look, for you to be able to live a meaningful and smart life, you got to find your purpose and meaning. Not only that, but you have to also put in time, which does not come easy. It takes time. But like anything else, a journey for 1,000 miles begins with a step. You start every day, just consistently, and, continue with that ritual. Trust me. It really, really works. So now, if I didn't have the Mountain Me project, I don't think that where I am as a person, I will be average and mediocre. I am ready to take on the next big challenge of my life, which is the goals I have set for myself. So now Kilimanjaro is coming. Am I ready? I think I'm ready. Do I have butterflies? I have butterflies because I have put it out there. People are watching. People are trying to figure out, is he going to do it? Will he be able to do it? And people know very well that, look, it's not easy to do, even though it's not impossible. It's not easy to do. I'm going to be in the bush for close to 8 days, and in terrain that I've never found myself before, eating food that I've never really eaten before, sleeping in tents that I've never kind of like slept in before, like with all of the elements and obviously the cold, the altitude sickness and all of those things. But like I've said, anytime you're comfortable, you are not developing. And I've said, I personally don't want to be comfortable. I want to every day be better than the version of me yesterday. So get out there and try to always be better than yourself, your previous self. Every day, try to be different, try to be better. Reflect. What did I do well? What didn't I do well? So that you can do what? You can improve upon yourself. So me setting this goal of climbing Kilimanjaro is just a way for me to do what? Challenge myself in a way that I can never do. And not only that, but if I'm the chief catalyst and I'm asking people to do all of these crazy things, then I should be able to also go and experience it so that when I come back and I'm telling club members that, guys, these are the experiences, these are the benefits, and this is why I think you should go. It is safe, it is not safe, do this, do that. At least then I have the authority to say that because I have been there. But as a leader, I can't tell them to go and do something that I personally have not done, which also forces me, it helps me improve my leadership skills. Yeah, it helps me improve my leadership skills. So when you set these big, humongous goals, and you put in effort, trust me, there's so much you learn and there's so much you build upon that by the time you realize the big goals that you have becomes, like little hills. Yeah, there are no more mountains. And then you have to look for the next big goal and set. So next week, I am definitely going to go to Tanzania, Kilimanjaro. And everybody who is watching, I hope that you pray for me that I summit. I'm going to give it my best shot. I want to get to the summit and hoist the flag of Ghana and the TMC club. And personally, it will mean a lot to me. And it will mean a lot to me because I've set this goal and I've been able to do it. Because I would have learned a lot about patience. Because for 21 months of constantly, working out and reading and spirituality and all of those things, all in preparation towards this. Obviously, you have to pay off. But if it doesn't, I still would have given my best and I would go again. So in this, my life, no matter what it takes, I have to submit Kilimanjaro. Because in life, most times your first attempts are difficult, but the second one, you're likely to succeed. So when you do things and you don't succeed, you don't give up. The second time, the third time, trust me, you're likely to succeed. So don't give up. So I've always said, success is a choice. You have to choose to be exceptional. And, life is not about just living. It's about living a good life. And to live a good life, you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. Because when you know yourself, you know how to deal, you know how to live better. And love is the only rational act. Give love and let love in. I love Amma so much because when I see her progress, I see the glow around her. I see her grace. I see the swag. I see the beauty. I see the she feeling like she's on top of the moon. She's cloud nine. For me, it's a priceless feeling. It's a priceless feeling. It's a priceless feeling. So find your purpose and meaning, but most importantly, tie it to humanity. Tie it to humanity. So if you're listening and watching, don't be scared of Afajato. If you can't do Afajato, go and do Gemi, then do Afajato. But target Kilimanjaro, target, whatever you consider it's a huge, huge, challenge. But you have to have one. But also make sure that it's connected with nature. It's connected with nature, okay? So guys, I have decided to go to Kilimanjaro because one, I want to challenge myself such that at the end of my life, when I'm about to leave this world, I'll look back and say, damn, I lived it. I actually hiked Afajato. I hiked Kilimanjaro. I hiked Mount Everest base camp. I did K2 in Pakistan base camp and whatever else will follow. I want to have something that has meaning, and I can probably use the lessons to impact the generations that are here and those who are yet to be born. Okay? So, and secondly, I want my club members to know that all of them can do it. And I challenge them that next year, come this time, it's going to be like going to Mecca. Yeah. Every year you have to go. That's a catalyst. If you want to be a catalyst for life, you have to work towards what? Summiting the tallest freestanding mountain in Africa. Okay. And we are Africans. We are from here. So that is our peak. And you can go outside of that as well. But I want everybody else, if you can, if you're physically, capable, set that target, save the money and go. Because in the process, you are going to learn a lot about yourself, because you can't just do it overnight. You have to prepare for it. You're going to learn patience, tolerance, all the other things that comes with it. Yeah. So please, I challenge you to do that. So next week I'm going to go and I will summit. I'm going to summit. Not just for me, but for us. So please stay tuned. And I want you guys to know, thank you so much for all the support. TMC members, I can't mention everybody's name, but you know who you are. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys you've given me so much by loving me and supporting me and giving me the best of you. I can never thank you guys enough. You've given me a reason to live. You've given me a reason to wake up in the morning and be the best Michael that I can be. And I love the progress I see in all of you guys. It was an amazing feeling seeing, people complete the marathons that we did. It's been an amazing feeling seeing people at Legon and all of that. So everybody sees the progress. So let us continue, but let us not keep the benefits to ourselves. Let us also share. Let's invite other people so they can also learn. Because guess what? The people closest to us, they all have their issues. They all have their issues. And those people who have also paid attention to some of the previous sessions, I personally have lost super close friends, 3 or 4 of them. They are gone. So tomorrow is not promised any of us. So please, let us live smart. Let us live forward. And when I say live forward, forget about the past. Let go of all the pain, all the disappointments, all the betrayals. Don't carry emotional baggage. Live forward. Chart your future plans. Have a plan for your future. It could be a 6 months plan, a year plan, 5-year plan, but let it be humongous and go after it. Drop the dead weights. Let it go. Let it go. Because tomorrow is not promised. For those who have read Tuesdays with Maury, his biggest regret was what? He didn't make up with a friend who died of cancer. Okay? So you may be watching. God knows what will happen to me the next minute, right? So please, let us be smart. Let love in, let love out. But guys, let's live for humanity. So on this note, I'll let you guys know next week what happens. And stay tuned. And feel free to send me any questions, comments, suggestions. But don't forget to pray for me because I'll need all the prayers. Thank you, guys. And I love you guys. Bye-bye.